Hello, hello, I'm the official narrator. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations. Look at these photos. At the end, today we're looking at Orthworm and Orthworm alone. I actually kind of have a love-hate relationship with this Pokemon. I love the name, I love the concept, I love that we finally have like a definitive Earthworm Pokemon. Like people were trying to argue Onyx was a worm because it eats dirt, but I'm like, it's literally referred to as the rock snake Pokemon, so no, it's a snake, not a worm. Now we have a definitive goofy ass worm. But I also don't like that for whatever reason it's kind of like a train. Yeah, good luck fitting Alaskan bullworm in your fucking character limit, you dumb bitch. Metalhead, I'm fine with. That one's totally fine. That's a generic steel type nickname you could throw on just about anyone and it'll fit. And I suppose a few below that, I guess, is worth highlighting. Steely Dan. That's a band. Iron Man. We've been seeing this a lot recently. It's not really too much worth explaining, but I am going to stand my grounds and say that I think if you're going to use Iron Man, either put it on Armarouge or Heatran. Those are probably the two strongest choices, but you know, it's a steel type name. You can just throw onto anyone. A few below that, Adamantium. That one's a X-Men Marvel reference. I suppose while we're at it, we could also mention Vibranium if you want to do that. So just more generic steel type nicknames you could use. And looking at Dr. Copper kind of makes me think of Dr. Doom. So I don't know. I guess if you want to use that one, there's another idea for you. Wormy. I feel like that's another SpongeBob reference. I could be wrong, but that's a terrible nickname idea. We got a few Transformers right here with Optimus. You could easily fit Optimus Prime and also put that on a better, more fitting Pokemon. I know we've seen it in the past before, and I feel like there was a pretty strong contender somewhere. I just don't remember who it was. Ironhide, we've seen that a few times. I don't remember what the fuck Ironhide transforms into, so I couldn't tell you what it best fits, but I mean, there's another steel-type nickname for you. Tesla, because at this point, it's just an ongoing joke at this point for it to be, like, where it doesn't fucking belong. It has nothing to do with Metal Worm, but you know, why not? Let's just ruin my day. Right below that, T800. Ranker is literally just recycling shit. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised. That's more Terminator. We have Magneto, a different X-Men thing for you to reference, though maybe putting that on like Magnezone might be better, or something with Magnet Pole. I don't Dune, but I mean, I'll highlight this one. I feel like it's quite the interesting name, and in a weird way, it kind of actually made me think of Star Wars. I think they're called Sarlaccs, the Sarlacc pit, the thing that ate Boba Fett. That's an idea for you if you wanted to use that. Alaskan Bull doesn't have the same fucking ring without the full thing. You can't just go Alaskan Bull or Bullworm. I mean, I suppose Bullworm maybe, but just Alaskan Bull feels very out of place because you're like, that's not a bull. You know, the same way you look at Donkey Kong and say, that's not a donkey. Yeah, alright, so how many characters is Orthworm? Yeah, you could fit it. Rather than just naming it Jim, you should put Orthworm Jim. That's gonna be better and work on that joke. Jim is a lot of people. Jim Carrey, for instance. But I mean, you know, it's obvious, but still, if you want that joke to fully sink in, you gotta do Orthworm Jim. Ricky, you know. Ricky the Orthworm. Alright, well this is the last link, but I'm gonna go ahead and just show up real quick. For whatever reason, I don't even know why this is here, but if you type in Orth for Orthworm, it's not even there, so I don't know why this is at the bottom, but that's the last link. This is Ricky. This is literally every single time I click and see Game 8, it's just this. Can you give nicknames to traded Pokemon? It comes up because it has this question, and that's it. The Mola, that's whatever that is. This is just the starters. Don't know why that's there. This was pretty much nothing but a Caterkiller. But I went ahead and just added my ideas to it, and then we talked about Orthworm Jim, and then these two. So I was thinking about it while scrolling the Reddit, and I was going to go back and mention it, but I was like, fuck it, we'll just wait until the end and mention it. And mention to Sarlacc, another idea that you could also do, which I think I like this idea better, is just naming it Mos Eisley. I believe that's the name of the planet with the Sarlacc pits and all that. So that one I actually might use. I'm okay with that. Like, I know Mos Eisley has been mentioned in the past before, so why not? We do have comment suggestions real quick. Earthworm Jim, or Kim. Play on if it's a guy or a girl, I suppose. Kim is the canonical female name to Earthworm Jim. Can Earthworm even have a gender? Hold on. It's a 50-50, so okay. I was gonna say, wouldn't that be awkward if you left that comment and it turned out it was gender unknown or something like that? Gummy, it looks like a gummy worm. Well, in that case, I would put gummy worm, or maybe like Haribo, I suppose. Haribo does gummy worms. I know they do gummy bears. I'm just not sure about the gummy worms. They also do twin snakes, I think. I don't know if there's like a company that's not Haribo. Maybe leaning in that would be another idea. But that's that. I don't have. Oh, actually, I do have one written down, and that's Amorbus, the boss from Metroid Prime 2. That's the first boss that gives you the dark suit. It's not technically the first boss. That one I wrote down because I was like, that's a good idea, and it's got a good song. Just a reminder, the Metroid Prime soundtrack is fucking good. A lot of it, unfortunately, is remixes, but Metroid Prime has such a unique sound to it. So if you haven't, listen to the Metroid Prime soundtrack. Listen to Amorbus. It's a good song. So now that I've seen that Amorbus is what I have written down, that's actually probably going to be the one I use. Mos Eisley is a nice close second, but yeah, that's that. Any other ideas and suggestions you have, feel free to put in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones you think are good. Let us know what you'd use and recommend. I actually didn't see any references to trains, so let me go back to the fucking Pokedex. It doesn't say anything about train in the Pokedex. I actually hate the fact that it has arms. I wish it didn't have arms. It also shares similarities to subway trains, so that's mentioned in its origin. Okay, well, that's that. I like that it can't learn punching moves despite the Pokedex. That's kind of a funny oversight. Yeah, I mean, trains is not the thing that I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. But I suppose if you wanted to, you could lean in that direction. I don't know what we would even call it or train would be referenced, but that's an idea, I suppose. I personally dislike that choice, but you do whatever the fuck you want. In case I didn't say it, comments below, thumbs up to the ones you think are good. I forget my own outro, but you know what? I think I've been doing pretty good with not forgetting the intro as of late.